High in the Andes Mountains of Bolivia lies a place of breathtaking beauty and immense scale. This is Salar de Uyuni, the largest salt flat on our planet. It stretches for over 10,000 square kilometers, a seemingly endless expanse of brilliant white salt crystals under a vast open sky. Located at an altitude of nearly 3,700 meters, the air here is thin and crisp, making the landscape feel even more otherworldly. From this elevation, the horizon seems to stretch into infinity, blurring the line between the earth and the heavens in a way that is found nowhere else. It is a world painted in stark, simple colors, yet it holds a complexity that is truly mesmerizing. The sheer size of Salar de Uyuni is difficult to comprehend. It is so vast that it can be seen from space, a gleaming white patch on the South American continent. When one stands in its center, there is nothing but white salt in every direction, creating a profound sense of isolation and wonder. This great white desert was not always here. Its story is one of dramatic geological change over many thousands of years, a story written in the layers of salt and minerals that lie beneath your feet. The ground itself is not soft sand but a hard crust of salt, formed into incredible hexagonal patterns that repeat across the entire surface, a natural mosaic of perfect geometric shapes. During the dry season, from May to November, the Salar is a cracked, parched landscape. The sun beats down and the ground shimmers with heat, creating mirages that dance on the horizon. But it is during the rainy season, from December to April, that the salt flat undergoes its most magical transformation. A thin layer of rainwater covers the surface, creating a flawless reflection of the sky above. The ground becomes a perfect mirror, and walking upon it feels like walking amongst the clouds. This spectacular mirror effect makes it impossible to tell where the land ends and the sky begins, creating a surreal and unforgettable experience for all who witness it. This incredible landscape is dotted with a few islands, which are actually the tops of ancient volcanoes that were once submerged beneath a giant prehistoric lake. The most famous of these is Isla Incahuasi, a rocky outcrop covered in giant, ancient cacti. Some of these remarkable plants are over 1,000 years old and stand more than 10 meters tall. They stand like silent sentinels, watching over the vast emptiness of the salt flat. From the top of Isla Incahuasi, one can truly appreciate the immense scale of the Salar, a panoramic view of white stretching out to meet the distant rugged mountains that frame this extraordinary natural wonder. The story of Salar de Uyuni begins long ago, with massive prehistoric lakes that once covered this entire region. Over 40,000 years ago, a giant lake called Lake Minchin dominated this high-altitude basin. As the climate changed over millennia, this immense body of water began to evaporate under the intense Andean sun. The water disappeared, but it left behind all the salt and minerals that had been dissolved within it. This process repeated itself with subsequent lakes, like Lake Toka, each one contributing more layers to what would eventually become the thick salt crust we see today, a geological legacy of a wetter, ancient world. Beneath the hard white surface, the Salar holds more than just salt. The crust, which can be several meters thick in some places, sits atop a brine that is incredibly rich in valuable minerals. One of the most important of these is lithium, a key component in the batteries that power our modern world, from mobile phones to electric cars. It is estimated that Salar de Uyuni holds more than half of the world's accessible lithium reserves, making it a place of immense economic importance. This hidden treasure, however, also presents a great challenge, as extracting it could disrupt the delicate balance of this unique ecosystem. The formation of the salt flat has created some truly unique features. The hexagonal, tile-like patterns that cover the ground are a result of the salt crystals expanding and contracting with changes in temperature. As the salt crust dries and shrinks, it cracks into these fascinating shapes, a process that continues year after year. These patterns create a textured, almost man-made appearance across the natural landscape. Another feature is the ojos de sal, or eyes of salt, which are small pools of water that bubble up through holes in the salt crust, releasing underground gases. They are like small windows into the watery world that lies just beneath the surface. This entire geological marvel is surrounded by a dramatic landscape. The salt flat rests on the Altiplano, a high plateau, and is encircled by the majestic peaks of the Andes Mountains. In the distance, the cones of dormant and active volcanoes punctuate the skyline, their reddish-brown slopes providing a stunning contrast to the brilliant white of the Salar. This combination of the flat, white expanse and the rugged, towering mountains creates a scene of unparalleled natural drama. It is a powerful reminder of the immense forces of nature that have shaped our planet over millions of years, from the volcanic fire that built the mountains to the slow evaporation that created this sea of salt. One might think that such a harsh, salty environment would be devoid of life, but that is not the case. Salar de Uyuni is a vital habitat for several remarkable species, most notably the beautiful flamingos that visit each November. 3 different species, the Andean, Chilean, and the rare James's flamingo, gather here to breed. They are drawn to the mineral-rich waters of the shallow lakes that form on the edges of the salt flat during the rainy season. These elegant birds feed on the brine shrimp and algae that thrive in this salty water, their bright pink feathers creating a stunning splash of color against the stark white and blue backdrop. Beyond the flamingos, other creatures have adapted to this extreme environment. The vizcacha, a rodent that looks like a long-tailed rabbit, can often be seen scurrying among the rocks of Isla Incahuasi. They are well suited to the high altitude and dry conditions. Foxes and various bird species also inhabit the surrounding areas, making a living on the fringes of this great salt desert. The plants that survive here are just as resilient. Hardy quinoa grows in the surrounding fields, cultivated by local communities, and tough grasses and shrubs cling to life on the edges of the salt flat, their roots seeking out what little fresh water they can find. For centuries, local communities, primarily the Aymara people, have built their lives around the salar. The salt itself is a crucial resource. For generations, people known as saleros have harvested the salt in a traditional manner. They shovel the top layer of salt into conical piles to allow the water to drain away. Once dry, the salt is transported to nearby towns to be processed and sold for human consumption or as salt licks for livestock. This age-old practice is a fundamental part of the local culture and economy, a direct and sustainable connection between the people and their extraordinary environment. In recent years, tourism has become another vital source of income for the people living near Salar de Uyuni. Local guides share their knowledge and love for this place with visitors from all over the world. They lead tours in rugged 4x4 vehicles, navigating the vast expanse and revealing its hidden wonders. Hotels built almost entirely from salt blocks have become a unique attraction, offering a truly immersive experience. This growing industry provides jobs and helps support the local economy, but it also highlights the need for responsible and sustainable tourism that respects both the environment and the local culture that depends upon it. The wonder of Salar de Uyuni is undeniable, but its future is not guaranteed. This unique landscape faces significant environmental threats that could alter it forever. One of the greatest challenges comes from the immense reserves of lithium that lie beneath the salt crust. As the global demand for lithium for batteries continues to grow, there is increasing pressure to expand mining operations in the Salar. Large-scale lithium extraction requires vast amounts of water to pump the brine to the surface and let it evaporate in large ponds, a process that could severely impact the delicate water balance of this arid region. This potential for large-scale mining poses a direct threat to the very features that make the Salar so special. The extraction process could disrupt the famous mirror effect by altering the water levels and the surface of the salt flat. It could also contaminate the environment, harming the fragile ecosystem and the wildlife that depends on it, particularly the breeding grounds of the flamingos. The balance here is incredibly delicate. A change in the water table or the introduction of pollutants could have cascading effects that we do not yet fully understand. The economic promise of lithium must be carefully weighed against the irreversible environmental cost. Climate change adds another layer of uncertainty. The Altiplano is a sensitive region, and changes in rainfall patterns and temperature could have a profound impact on Salar de Uyuni. An increase in rainfall could alter the salt crust, while a decrease could affect the water available for both wildlife and local communities. The glaciers in the surrounding Andes, which provide a crucial source of fresh water to the entire region, are already receding at an alarming rate. The long-term health of the Salar is intrinsically linked to the health of the wider climate system, making it vulnerable to global environmental shifts. Protecting Salar de Uyuni is therefore of critical importance. It is more than just a beautiful place. It is a unique geological formation, a vital habitat for specialized wildlife, and the cultural and economic heart of the local communities. It is a natural laboratory for scientists and a source of wonder for travelers. Conservation efforts must focus on finding a balance between economic development, such as responsible tourism and sustainable salt harvesting, and the preservation of the ecosystem. By working together, we can ensure that this incredible mirror to the sky continues to inspire awe and wonder for generations to come, a testament to the stunning, fragile beauty of our planet.